what they don't tell you, and I think the part of the problem is we have kind of lulled people who are in bad financial positions to sleep with a lot of this educational speak. And I'll give you one of the perspectives that I have, because I am a data analyst. That's what I do every day, Monday through Friday, okay? I look at spreadsheets all day, and one of the biggest things you should know about data when it's put in front of you is that, well, two things. Correlation does not equal causation, okay? And you've probably heard that one before. And two, just because a statistics are descriptive, they are not prescriptive. And what I mean by that is stats can only tell you what the history has been. They cannot tell you what the future is going to be. Yet when we talk about statistics when it comes to the socioeconomic realities of being poor, we talk about it as if it is prescriptive, as if it can tell the future. And the stat we use the most when we talk about it is how hard it is for people who are poor to get out of their socioeconomic financial bracket, right? They will say that all the time. Oddly enough, the things that they don't say when they present that kind of data to the public is what kind of choices did the people who never make it out of poverty make as they went throughout their life. For example, guess what it would be helpful to know? Well, what kind of jobs did you hold while you were poor throughout your life? How many jobs? How many hours of work a week did you work? What level of education did you finish? Did you have children? Did you have children before you finished high school? Did you finish high school? See, these are the things that have a very large impact on whether or not your socioeconomic bracket changes. But unfortunately, because it's easier to sell you bullshit, we don't bother with nuance when it comes to data. When it comes to data, we sell people a very watered down generic version of what data tells us, because that's easier to sell to you. It's much easier to tell you poor people are just poor and they can never get out because they're just poor, instead of asking more questions like, what decisions did they make? Did people who made better decisions have a better chance of getting out of poverty? And of course the answer to that is yes. Of course it is. But that would require us to care about the realities of life and not just coddling people who don't want to hear that some of their decisions are keeping them fucking poor. Unfortunately, that is the world that we live in. So it is important, more than ever before, that if you are somebody who is struggling, you don't have to be in poverty. If you're just trying to get better, that you understand very clearly that even if everything else in the world is against you, the only thing you have at your disposal is your decision making. The things that you do is all that you can control. So before you look to change the outside world to your benefit, before you make expectations of the world to better your life over and above what you expect of yourself, again, because if you will not succeed if you expect more of everybody else than you expect of you when it comes to your life. Before you do that, understand that you have to get everything in a row first. Make sure that there is no stone unturned when it comes to, am I making the best financial decision with every single fucking dollar, every single cent? If the answer is no, don't look to anybody else, because you have work to do. And people who get out of poverty have that fucking mindset. I've watched people grind their way out, but it was a fucking grind. No one's saying that shit is easy. It will be one of the hardest things that anybody does, is claw their way out of the jaws of poverty. But it's not because the world is against you. It's because the people around you in your socioeconomic bracket have a way of keeping you exactly where the fuck you are. The hardest part about trying to get better with finances is not the fucking world. It's the mindset of the people you call friends and family, because they don't believe the way you believe that you can do something about it. So just remember, just like that lady said, there is a difference between being temporarily poor and being forever poor. And that's all in the mind and the decisions you make. But if you don't believe here, you're never gonna fucking do the work out here. I'll talk to y'all later.